Along Marine Corps Drive in Anigua, a small alternator repair shop has been in operation for the last 30 years. Owner Alvin Gumataotao has seen his fair share of storms, but it was Typhoon Mawar that had him seeking financial assistance for his shop for the first time. Mawar ripped his roof right off, exposing his shop to the elements. For many small businesses, the road to recovery after Mawar has been a difficult one, and the deadlines are looming for federal assistance through FEMA and SBA.
All my other friends went through the same thing through all the storms, and they've been to FEMA and whatever assistance was there then. And so when they saw my place, they said, "Go to FEMA. They'll help you out." So, well, maybe this time they will. This time I really need help, but help is not forthcoming. Tadza.
He went to the Disaster Recovery Center at the Guam Community College.
This lady answered all my questions. No, not my questions, their questions. She answered all their questions in that paper. So that was it.
2 weeks later, he was informed his loan request was declined. Through their assessment, he couldn't afford to pay back the loan, which would cover the damage incurred by the typhoon. It was puzzling for Gumataotao, who said he never informed them of the amount he was requesting.
I thought I was going to get some kind of help, at least just to put a cover on a roof on my shop. I'm not asking to put a ceiling. I don't need a ceiling, just to cover the roof from the elements.
The longtime Anigua resident followed up, but was unsuccessful in his visits and calls to FEMA and was very discouraged.
I'm 99% sure that they're not going to help me. Then I'll be on my own. I just have to pick up a million pieces in there because they all got blown to the floor and to across the street. So, but I'll survive.
Gumataotao's son taking to social media seeking advice or assistance and wanting to know if there were other small businesses who were declined by SBA and what they were doing. U.S. SBA Public Information Officer Kevin Wynn said they should not be discouraged if they are initially declined.
What we have is a reconsideration process and also an appeal. So there's 3 bites at the apple applicants get, both businesses and homeowners and renters. They get 6 months from the time of the initial decline for whatever reason, maybe the repayment ability or their credit worthiness. They can come back to SBA after they remedy the situation, or they can add a co-applicant onto the application for repayment ability, come back to SBA within that 6-month time frame. We'll take a fresh look at the application. A new loan officer will look at it and process it again. If it fails again or they're declined again, they can still come back within 30 days, Jason, and ask for an appeal, remedy whatever they had we had discovered on that decline.
Like Gumataotao, Michelle Lowe Cruz, too, felt she was given the runaround for help. She owns Music Lessons by Michelle Lowe Cruz, operating out of her home. She and her husband rely on the business to generate income over the summer. That income for June, nearly zero in the aftermath of Typhoon Mawar. While they did receive a FEMA grant, they also applied for an SBA home loan that was met with more obstacles and red tape. Their first application was withdrawn because of the time it took to get in all the necessary documents, many of which had to be electronically submitted. Initially, she said shutting down was not an option because it's their only source of income. However, Cruz confirms their application was withdrawn again because they weren't able to get all the documents into the SBA loan officer, despite explaining that they don't have internet. When I asked if she plans to try again, Cruz said, quote, "No, at this point, I'm giving up. I'm exhausted. We will just have to try and survive another month until school starts." As for Gumataotao, he will continue to move forward and manage.
What's that word that they use now?
Resilient?
Resilient. I'll be resilient. That's the word that's being passed around. I really don't know because I have no answers to my questions. So, persistence, resiliency, and whatever else, diferon sa Mawar, sito na pasensya. Pagkok pasensya sa, wala sa tadza.
Jonagan Charfres, KM News.